Across a really large expanse of states, a large expanse of area. This is stretching from the Gulf Coast all the way up to the Great Lakes. Now you see the higher risk for severe thunderstorms today going to be across portions of Louisiana, Mississippi, western Alabama getting in on that. But really anywhere shaded in red with this pesky upper low that's driving our weather pattern could have some storms that reach severe limits with those damaging wind gusts, with also that hail, some large rain too. So here's what it looks like. You can kind of see that circulation around that upper low. We've got all of this moisture from the southerly component of the winds just filtering in. It is like soup out there. That's what the air feels like, basically. Taking a look at the future radar, which is actually doing a really good job initializing this morning with this wide area of storminess. You'll notice that we continue with that steady feed of moisture off the Gulf of Mexico. We've got that line of storms marching eastward across Mississippi into Alabama as we head through the evening. But we see the storminess stretching all the way up into the Great Lakes, places like Chicago down through St. Louis. You guys have that stormy day on tap for you for your Wednesday as well. Now, looking ahead to tomorrow, we still have a really large amount of real estate covered by that risk for some severe storms, but we shift the risk, or the higher level of risk, a bit farther northward across portions of the Ohio River Valley, stretching over through eastern Ohio. And that is going to be where we have, again, that risk for those storms that could have some winds that maybe bring down trees, maybe blowing things around a little bit. So keep that in mind. Here's your forecast for Thursday, Alex. That messy pattern not going anywhere quickly over the next few days.
You just have to breathe in all that does.
Not at all. Well, America's Morning Headquarters is getting you through the mid-morning hours and helping you plan for the big events ahead.
Indeed, indeed. As we get closer and closer towards the Memorial Holiday weekend here for us, we still have the rest of this week to go. And here on this midweek day, our hump day, and we're still tracking showers as well as storms. We had some big storms yesterday rumbling across parts of Texas, and a lot of the activity is starting to kind of shift a little bit farther east.
Yeah, if there's one thing that you learn early on in studying meteorology, just about nothing comes good out of a upper low, and that's what we're dealing with across much of the country. That's impacting our weather. We've got storminess. We've got the risk for flooding. We've seen so much rain in some places in the past 7 days, and not enough. In other places, it's like this tale of the haves and have-nots continues.
It really is. All right, let's get to our
for severe weather today and tomorrow, and that's because we have a large feature impacting our weather, which is that upper low, that pesky upper low that we were talking about that really helps to make the weather messy and bring that risk for severe storms to a large region. So for today, the risk stretches all the way from Chicago down into the Gulf coastal plain, but a higher risk highlighted here across portions of Louisiana, much of Mississippi, and into Alabama, as we've got kind of a line of storms that's going to be marching eastward through the day today. You've got surface dew points in the 70s in some of these places where we're going to have that line of storms interacting with that unstable, very moist air mass. So that's going to lead to that risk for some flash flooding, but also the risk for damaging wind gusts, maybe some hail, and an isolated tornado risk can't be ruled out. You can see that line of storms. Now, the lightning is not turned on, but if it was on, you would see a wall of lightning. We already seeing some storms reaching severe limits there. Now, the model really is initializing very well this morning, so I think it has a pretty good handle on how we're going to see both of these areas of storminess spread out across the southeast and this area across the middle part of the country progressing as we move through your Wednesday. You can see that line just continue to march eastward, eventually making it into western Tennessee. This is going to lift up through Chicago, a messy, rainy, stormy day. Jackson, Mississippi, you guys are in it on and off throughout your Wednesday. And here is one of those risks, that flash flooding risk that we have all day today. Now, anywhere shaded in green has that risk, but especially these areas shaded in the yellow across portions of western Tennessee, Louisiana, even through portions of the Gulf Coast there. So that is going to be where you need to be cognizant. And Alex said it earlier.